What's up, y'all? Now, little side disclaimer. I found that I can turn my camera on by waving my hands. Anyway, so, yes, I'm old, and I love being old. Then I can tell you what I think, and then say I'm old. Anyway, it is time for the early educators to weigh in. And we're on day 2. And on day 2, we're talking about reading and learning. Now, there was a video that went viral that about a 7th grade teacher that was talking about your kids still learn at 4th grade level. I have a couple of tips for some of the preschoolers, kindergartners. You shouldn't be doing this in 1st grade, but if your child is behind reading, all you have to do is take them to a very big building that is supposed to be for the public with the L on it. Y'all remember those buildings? Our parents used to drag us in there, and then you be in there laughing. They say, shh, no, I ain't talking about church. I'm talking about the library. The library is dying in most of our communities because a lot of us don't go to the library anymore. We have ebooks, and we have internet, and we have all kinds of ways to quickly get information. But what we have definitely forgot about is the libraries. Like, they forgot about writing letters because a 5th grader can write an email before they can write a letter. And y'all remember those letters we had to send to people? We had to write, dear sir. Y'all remember those? They don't even do that anymore. Which is one of the reasons why I try to take the parents back old school style. Now, this is when old school fits in quite well. Most people see their kids, they grab a book, and they start reading the pictures, which is great because it excites a child about books. When they see something that they like and they start reading the pictures and telling you, let them read the pictures. When you get to bedtime, nap time, or even if you have quiet time, read the actual story to them. This helps them spark their creativity and more books. Now, I know it is very hard out of all of our busy schedules to get our kids to go into the library because we don't most of the time want to go there. However, if we want to excite kids about books again, we got to get them into reading again. And for everyone who has a toddler still, I don't care if you make the teenager do it, nap time and bedtime reading is a hell of a lot better than technology. And the reason why I say this is there's a certain part in your child's brain that keeps going and keep going. The lights on the TV help your child keep going and keep going. And most people say bedtime's a nightmare. What do you do 30 minutes to 40 minutes before bedtime? Most of us let the kids watch TV. It is a bad idea. Most people who say that, psychologists say that, and what the hell do they know? I am a mother. I am a teacher. And I do have a degree in child psychology. And I'm going to tell you, it is the best thing for your child to calm down. But the one thing that I tell most parents, and whether you're a first-time parent to you can be a veteran. And for me, a veteran, if you have 3 or more, you're a veteran. If you have 3 or more, then you also know that some of the older kids aren't going to want to do that. However, if you try that for 1 or 2 days out of the week, it will set your kids sleeping. And once you set your kids' sleeping clock, it's going to be quite hard for them to fight you on something that they're just going to do naturally, which is what you want them to do. Now, a lot of us do not like when we go into the libraries or we go into the stores and our children pick what they want. They go to what they like and they pick it up. I'm going to say this. Sometimes we got to let our kids show us their personality. We cannot live through our child's feet. We can't do it. We can't walk for our children. They have to do it themselves. And most of the time, our children have their own personality. We just don't want to hear it because it's easier for us to be doing everything. It might be easier for us, but it's harder on your child. So if you let your child pick something and you see the kind of books that they like, all you have to do is just add to it. But you're also teaching them that reading can spark creativity. And if they can hear words and picture something, then you're also teaching them about phonics and reading. Because they don't see the picture, they're putting the picture in their head. That's a great thing to do. And I know you're saying they're just 2 and 3. You'd be surprised how much creativity a 2 and a 3-year-old have. And last but not least, explain the story. Some of us read the story and we're done, ready to go, because that's our quiet time. We've been at work, now we got kids, now we got to clean up. If you take the time and have a conversation about the story. If they say, ooh, a grape, and that's the last thing on that page, I mean, the little tiny grape sitting in the corner, take some time and make up a story with them and read it with them. But what I want everybody to do, you remember those auto books that came out? I want you to take an auto book of an old story, and I want you to play it, blast it through the house like you're blasting music. Have the kids with some toys on the floor. Lego or even little action figures, leave them on the floor and let them listen. The reason why I'm saying this is because as the book is reading to them, it is sort of, cheating, but there's nothing playing on the screen but a picture normally and somebody reading. But what you're helping them do is develop creativity. The one thing that our children are lacking this day is creativity. They don't think for themselves. They see something, everybody's going in that direction, and they see it and they say, oh my God, we got to like that. They don't have to be a sheep in the flock. You want them to be the shepherd. You don't want them falling into something that will harm them. And that is what we see today. A lot of people say to me, why do you keep saying start early? I've been through all the grades, early education, elementary, middle, and high. I have a senior and a junior. They're my children. And one thing my children could do, my children can stop everything they're doing, and I can give them one speck of something, and they'll run with it. I've seen them doing it in their homework. That's why I took my kids out of school. Our children are not thinking for themselves. And in order for critical thinking to begin, critical thinking starts with creativity. Think about that. It's the Baby Whisperer, and here's my 2-cent tip for all of you that have kids that are struggling with reading. I want you to take them into the library. I want you to get them an audiobook. Let the audiobook read to them. And once you're done with that, then I want you to put them on 1 or 2 things that they like to do. Then give them a book. I don't want you to tell them to read it by themselves. Let them read it out loud. So if they stumble and they can't do it, they will pick it up. If we want to help our children, unfortunately, we're going to have to stop to actually help our children. It's the Baby Whisperer. Imagine that is on Upside Down Tuesday. I think we're on Upside Down Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, yes. That's how tired I am this week. And what I want everybody to do is take care of your family, because nobody else is going to do it. It's the Baby Whisperer, and don't forget, check out your libraries. Peace.